Live from Random Secret Studios in Philadelphia and across the Delaware Valley.
I'm the capo. He's the prez.
And this is Sons of Ben, the pod. Gents, welcome back to Sons of Ben, the pod. This episode can only be one athlete only, so it's episode number 42, so it's Jackie Robinson. And I think this is probably one of the most anticipated episodes that we've had, so let me try to get through this introduction real quick.
Mark Evans is going to be so mad.
What's that?
Mark Evans is going to be so mad at
you. Yeah, he's long forgotten. Our guest is someone that I describe as a person who gives us hope, allows us to dream, and believe in that dream. He's one of the magic beans that came out of the much-touted academy. He's a young man that hails from Medford, New Jersey, a professional for your Philadelphia Union, soon-to-list professional footballer on his CV, as well as an international man of mystery. He is the slayer of Guzan, the hero at the Battle of Atlanta, the son of Rusty and Janelle of the House Aronson, and the first of his name. Ladies and gentlemen, Lord Brenden Aronson. Brenden, thanks for coming on, man.
You. No, thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure.
In honor of our guest being on, we're going to do this entire podcast in German. So you guys ready for that?
No, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that.
That's good. Neither are we.
Look, I took about 2 weeks of German back in middle school. I think I got this. Altwaldsvielegen. Let's go.
Oh wow, I don't even know what that means. So
I'm not sure I do either, to be honest with you.
I hope we're not going to get dropped by the German FCC now because you're saying bad words, Adam.
Well, I'm excited for the fact that we're now going to expand this podcast. We have like random fans in the Netherlands for some reason, but I'm expecting a lot of German pings to come up in the next couple of weeks now. I'm excited about this.
Well, we do know who is also listening to this. I'm sure the Cooligans are listening to this so they can poach yet another one of our guests. So I'm sure those guys get ready for their phone calls coming up, Brenden. The Cooligans will be calling you soon. See?
I keep telling people the Sons of Ben the Pod bump is a world famous bump. You get on here, next thing you're on Kimmel, so it's okay. You know, it's a really nice stepping stone.
yeah, we are the small stepping stone. Real quick, some housekeeping. So Beer the Pod, remember everybody, Yards, 2SP and the Larimer. They're friends of the Sons of Ben and friends of the pod. So support those guys that support us. Let's go through some real quick news. So this might turn into a rant. I'll try to keep it short. The Supporter Shield is back. After a couple weeks of back and forth between all the supporters and the foundation, it's back and we are in the running. And my only rant is Nick Fishman, Matt DeGeorge, maybe JT a little bit, and that dumbass from Columbus. Dude, you guys are journalists. If you have a question, research it instead of just spouting out your opinions and everything. I mean, Devin knows I got all mad about this because people were just crapping on the whole process, but nobody questioned us. Nobody asked us any questions. I had two people that actually reached out, one journalist, and that's it, to reach out to get any clarification of what was going on with the Shield. But everybody had opinions and just tortured the poor people on the Shield committee.
Matt apparently knows that the best way to get more listeners is to shit on your listeners.
No, I'm shitting on journalists.
I get it.
Not our listeners. I'm shitting on journalists. It's all different, man.
I just want to know who that random human from Columbus, Ohio is. But no,
I'm not giving out his Twitter, but he must have been listening in on the conversation like a 12-year-old and then started tweeting nonsense afterwards. And then he congratulated himself for bringing the Shield back. He goes, "You're all welcome. I'm a hero." It's stupid. But
look, I had fans at the when we were at the Latimer. It was a good time, and when we were there, I had to get. And they were like, "So who's in charge of even our representation for this?" And I just pointed at Matt, and I was like, "Has anyone asked Matt about this in any capacity?" He's like, "No." I just walked up to him, and I was like, "This is a very simple this is a very simple answer." He asked the president what we're doing with the Shield, and it's just like, nope, no one did that. No one did their due diligence. This is vindicative of the time we're living in. You just want to get mad. You just want to be angry. You want to be wronged. You want to feel like someone has wronged you, as opposed to, be like, oh, let me do 4 seconds of research and realize, oh, it's not that deep.
Oh, yeah. And then you got to tweet about it like you're an expert. But anyhow, that's the end of the rant. Some good news, guys, and hopefully this is relevant to our guest. Philadelphia has officially put in their bid for World Cup 2026. For some strange reason, I got asked to be on the council that represents that. So weird. Such a bad idea by them. But we are working on bringing the World Cup meaningful games, about 2 weeks worth of games, to Philadelphia. So hopefully it'll be a homecoming for you, Brenden.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome. So you're going to see some news coming out of us and that, just to sign up, get your name on the list, that kind of stuff.
How
That's
casually
pretty cool.
humble is that brag? Like, wait, can we just pause for a second? Matt's like, I'm on the committee that's trying to bring a World Cup to Philadelphia. No bigs. And he just plows right through that. There's like no even dramatic pause for applause or anything. Like, all right, cool. Good for you, man. I see
That's
you,
sick.
young man.
That's awesome.
I think it's a mistake on their part, but who
It
am I to
probably
argue
is,
about
but
it?
don't tell them that. Ride that thing out, my friend.
I did tell them that. Yeah, and it's the best thing. It's another volunteer job. It's great. I just love giving time away. It's awesome.
Look, you can put that on your resume for college. People will love you.
Maybe I can get into Union Academy with that.
No, that is an elite program. Only the best of the best, sir. We only take the finest in Wayne, Pennsylvania. You know this.
Drink, Devin. He said it. All right. So beer news. Speaking of beer, we are having a viewing party and the beer launch at 2SP. Let's just say, and Devin, I'll have you insert this interview right afterwards, but the beer has been produced from 2SP. It's called Here Before the Beer or Here for the Beer, and 2SP canned it on Tuesday. It's on sale at the brewery right now, Friday. Launch party at the brewery for when we're watching our guests destroy Columbus. So it's going to be a good time. And so, real quick, we're going to insert an interview with Mike Contreras, the VP of Sales and Marketing, to give you some insight into the beer. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And as promised, here's some info on the beer. I have with me the VP of Sales and Marketing, Mike Contreras from 2SP, and we're here to announce that the beer, the Sons of Ben beer from 2SP, is called Here Before the Beer. And Mike, why don't you give us an idea of what the beer style and the taste profile? I didn't mean to rhyme there, but what are we going to be drinking now?
Yeah, no. So thank you. First, thank you guys for working with us to do this beer. It's pretty cool. We're very close to the Philadelphia Union, so we know all about you guys in proximity too. I mean, we're like 10 minutes from the stadium, so to be able to work with you guys is really special. And yeah, no, just doing this beer, we wanted to do something that. Listen, you got to watch the game for 90 minutes. You want to have a few, but you want to have a good, flavorful beer. So we did a 5% pale ale, but kind of a classic American style that is a little bit forgotten right now with the haze craze. But respect to that. But we wanted to do just a nice, balanced American pale ale with Centennial hops and a little bit of caramel malts. So in the fall, it cools down. Those caramel malts give it that little bit of balance in the back end, or excuse me, in the front end. And the Centennial hops, if you're familiar with Bell's Two Hearted, it has a really kind of estery, piney flavor. It's really delicious. It's got like not a sharp bitterness, but a pronounced one. But it's really easy to drink, 5%, so you can enjoy the game and have a few and not be 3 sheets to the wind by the end of it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and sneak preview. I was on the canning line with you guys yesterday and got a sneak peek, and I was blown away. And I was blown away, but maybe I'm a little too close to it to be a viable judge.
You're a little
But one
biased,
person
yeah.
that I think, yeah, little biased, but one person that I think is I was impressed with the comment is your head brewer Bob. Let's just say he's not a very emotional person, and can you kind of give the people what he said about the beer?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Bob's not an emotional person. I mean, this guy is. Our brewery's in Delaware County, obviously where the Union play, and Bob is straight up Delco, and he's definitely not emotional. But he was really, really excited about this beer, mostly because we've been doing a lot of the hazies, doing a lot of the New Englands lately, which are great and they sell well. But we do miss some of that like really good drinkable old school style. And this beer, like, it hit all the marks. Super fresh, super hoppy, and just well balanced. And he was drinking the shit out of it. So, pardon my French there. I don't mean to curse.
No, this is a Sons of Ben pod. You're allowed to cuss all you want. Don't worry about it.
Sorry. So yeah, he was drinking the shit out of it, and usually, we'll save Fridays to have a beer, but Monday, where we all get together, have a few pints. But Monday we had just finished carbonated here for the beer, here before the beer, and it was we were drinking pints of it because, man, it's just those types of beers when they're fresh and hoppy. Oh, there's nothing better.
Oh yeah, and for the listeners and the members that don't know, Bob probably has more gold medals than Michael Phelps in the brewing industry. So just to let you guys know. Now, Mike, where and when can people get the beer?
So we are going to be releasing it on Sunday before the game against Columbus, right? At the brewery,
Yep.
and then we are going to be sending it to the general market a week later. So you'll be able to get it beginning 11/9. You can get it in our tasting room after Sunday, and then our brewery is located 120 Concord Road, Aston. Um, you can get it in the Philly Five County area, southeastern Pennsylvania, South Jersey, northern Delaware, beginning the week of 11/9. We'll have, I believe, some limited distribution in Eastern Shore, Maryland, Cecil County area. But yeah, you'll find it in Newcastle County, Delaware, no problem after 11/9, southeastern Pennsylvania, South Jersey.
Perfect. Rob Busini, you heard that it'll be in Northern Delaware, so we're expecting you to buy cases by cases. And as Mike mentioned, we are doing a viewing party / beer release this Sunday for the game. 3:30 p.m. is the kickoff. We're doing it in behind the brewery, so it'll be an inside-outside event. So if you want to pick up some beer beforehand, Sunday's your first chance to get the 16-ounce cans and have a couple pints with us as we watch the Philadelphia rout the Columbus Crew. So, Mike, thanks a lot for coming on and giving people a heads up on what's going on with the beer. And we are all super excited for what we're going to tout the new playoff beer.
Awesome. Yeah, we're really excited to work with you guys. Excited to see what you and the Sons of Ben's think of this beer. And yeah, let's go Union.
Devin, thanks for running that interview. Adam, did you get the beer?
I did.
And
it is quite the delicious beverage. I was a little skeptical. I know my boys at 2SP, they always bring it, but when it has the label Sons of Ben on it, I need to make sure it comes correct. But this is a fine, tasty beverage. I'm here for this. Good job, lads.
And Devin, you got your sneak preview?
It's in the fridge. I'm waiting for the perfect moment to crack that one open.
So if we send a case to Austria that just meets him there, he'll be fine, right? That's cool, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So right now, not within the United States, but in Austria.
In Austria, yeah, I can.
When you get over there, we'll send you a sixer.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it, 18 there?
I think it's 18 in Austria. Yeah,
I think it's 18. Yeah,
It's
I think
18
it's
in
16.
Austria.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
And if you get down to Italy, I think it's like 16. So here you go.
Wow.
Yeah. It's beer at lunchtime in Austria, so it's a whole different
different
thing.
world.
Yeah, that's fun.
So viewing parties, 2SP, Larimer, Kildare's, Westchester, and at the 2SP event, we are going to do the masks, the merch, and the membership kit pickup. So if you have that and you just want to pick up a 4-pack of the beer and get your masks, you can do that at that event. The only news I have, Devin, is apparently Drunken Union Zoom, which, Brenden, you were on a while ago, I think, with Mark and a couple of the other guys. That's still happening, and that's happening while we're recording this.
Really?
I hope we didn't traumatize you during that Zoom meeting.
No, not at all. Not at all.
He
Not
literally.
at all. I remember that.
He put in his transfer request after that. Did you not know?
Get me to Austria fast.
Yeah.
And Devin, you got any Discord news for us?
No. That's it. That's all I got.
That's the best Discord news we have.
I
Brenden,
feel like this is the longest it's been, the longest intro to a podcast before we've actually gotten to our guest.
No,
I know,
what is-
I know.
what
I
is
apologize,
that?
but we had a lot
It
going
is-
on.
It is the Phil Collins Into the Night. Like I feel it in the night, or I feel it in the air tonight
And
of
you-
songs. It's just like literally waiting for the drums to go.
You call my stuff musty, and you're pulling out Phil Collins.
No. That just had a TikTok revival like 3 weeks ago. It's okay. It's relevant again. It's like Dreams of Match. It's like Fleetwood Mac. It's relevant for about 2 more weeks.
Great. So you're going to be skateboarding with some Ocean Spray, Cran Apple.
I
with it in the
love
background.
Ocean Spray Cran Apple. I mean, Cran Raspberry is my personal choice, but I'll do the Cran Apple in a heartbeat. Don't threaten me with a good time.
All right, let's before our guest just storms off in a rage, we had to get to knowing our guest. So, Brenden, I think everybody knows your story, but just give us a quick how's it feel, or just a background of Medford to Salzburg, Medford to Austria, Just give us a background on that and how that's been. It's just been like you said, the last 2 weeks have been a whirlwind and crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 years in general have been a whirlwind. Just from when I signed my contract to where I am now, it's been a crazy 2 years. But I'll take you back to when, in the beginning of me playing. First, I started off at Medford, New Jersey. That was my first club team, Medford FC, and I was coached by my friend's dad, J.D. Wagner. He was also in the academy, and my dad, and we had a really good team. We were best in South Jersey. We were competing at all these different tournaments, something like that. So I got really lucky with the team I was surrounded at a young age. I was already getting challenged at a young age, which was awesome. And then transitioning from Medford, New Jersey, I played for Real, New Jersey. And that's like more of a select team. And it was all of South Jersey. And the best kids from South Jersey came together and we made this select team. And that's when we started kind of going national, and we were started getting recognized as being like the top 5 teams in the nation at one point and all that kind of stuff. And my dad, as you guys have heard, is actually the guy behind the club. He took over the entire club, kind of transformed it, make it into more than 10 teams now. So and they're in the academy now, the MLS Academy. I don't know if you guys have heard about that. So it's taken huge steps, and it was an awesome stepping stone for me too. And then from Real, New Jersey, I made my way into Union Juniors and then into the Union Academy. Well, my first year was with Chris Brewer at U14, and I was 13 years old, so I was playing up. And that's when I first met Matt, Mark, Font, all these guys at such a young age. And it's kind of funny because you go up with them, and it was pretty cool. And from there, I just went on from 14s to 18s, and then got introduced to the Bethlehem Steel at the time, now Union 2. But, I mean, with Steel, it was great for me to get kind of in that pro environment, having pro players around me at that time, like James Chambers, all these types of guys. And it kind of put me in that area of every game mattered, not like academies. Like these games actually mattered. So I think that was getting games in that. It was a grind too, because I had first team players coming down that would take my spot. So I was on the bench a lot at first. So I had to struggle a little bit kind of going up, and it was good because it made me learn, and I had to take my chances when I got them. So from there, signed my first contract because I was playing well with Steel, and then as you guys know, I've kind of had the 2 years that I've had, and this is where I've got today.
Yeah, it's been an amazing ride, and I think I've told this story to these guys. When I became president, I got invited to tour the academy, and that's when we first met. And I'm like, who's this kid? I'm like, what? And then he's like, yeah, I signed a first team contract. I'm like, oh crap. And then, we're sitting there watching a game in Atlanta. I'm like, hey, I know that kid. Like, it was just completely surreal they're like, no, you don't. I go, no, I got a picture, man. It looks like I'm eating the kid. Like, I'm so fat compared to him being in shape. It's just like, it's terrible, but it was great. So yeah, it was, it was a whirlwind that we're all like, I'm sure you're still trying to catch your breath. We feel the same way. With everything. So, but now I do have a question about the transfer. In your opinion, who was more proud? You think it was your parents or Jay Sugarman?
That's. I mean, for sure, my parents. I'd have to say, but I mean, I guess you can say he was happy. But
he's like, I want to be able to come back to this club eventually. Could you please?
Yeah.
We'll get into the 10-year plan after this, Adam. That's the end of the thing. We've got the 10-year plan to lay out in front of them just to make sure we we put pen to paper and lock that down.
All right.
Yeah,
Let me let me interject with an actual question on Matt's behalf here. Uh, real quick, like about the academy and whatnot. I mean,
yeah.
obviously you have your brother right now coming up through the academy, and like, what's it like, watching him come up, the same way you did, basically? And I'm sure you guys have some banter back and forth, but
Yeah.
how does it feel to have your brother, following your footsteps now?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, me and Paxton have been like so close for so many years now. Just I think having a brother that really challenged you and was always with you on the love for soccer at such a young age was huge. And I think that like having him like be so good and like challenge me every single day when going back and training with him, and just him doing well and then me wanting to do well and then me doing well and him wanting to do well. I think that's something that's like we kind of just have that brotherly bond in a way, and it's been awesome to see him grow because we both had the same kind of challenges throughout the academy. We both were extremely small for 2 years, and we both had to struggle during that time. And he's playing unbelievable right now. I think that he played great for Union too. I think that with the kind of circumstances that they're under, playing young kids, I think he stood out for me. I watched every single one of the games, and I'm not trying to be biased because I'm hard on him, and I think that he's really one that stood out for me in those games. And I think that that team did well, and I think that yeah, just having a brother like him has been an awesome ride, and I'm so happy for him.
Now we've heard the rumors. Is the sister? Is she really the one? Because Dad said the brothers
Yeah,
are
yeah,
good.
yeah.
The brothers are good. Watch out for my
Yeah.
daughter though.
She is really good. Like she has a lot of things that she could be really really good at, but it's also a thing where she needs to love the game a little bit more. Girls are like half and half. It's weird. Like you'd understand. I think that like she has other things on her mind. She has school, girls go to school, stuff like that. She was dancing. Like when we trained, she'd just go dance to the side for about an hour. But when she takes it seriously, which I know will come soon, she's already starting to do it.
Yeah.
She'll be really, really good.
Look,
Adam
I'm
wants
trying
to
to
be
do.
the.
Yes, I'm saying
Well, you
I'm
want
trying
to be the GM
yeah.
of the NWSL team, right?
Exactly. I'm trying to lobby this into a long-term deal. But like, look, Jay, do you want to continue this Erickson pipeline right now? Give me a one little NWSL team real quick. I'll be GM. I'll run it. We'll bring back Kristen Press from Manchester United. It's going to be a good time, We'll get Carly Lloyd
Yeah.
as GM. It'll be fun.
Carly Lloyd. Yeah, she's in Medford, so that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
We got to keep it local, We got to
Yeah,
keep it
yeah, yeah.
local.
There's
sure.
something in that South Jersey, as they say, water. There's something in there.
Yeah, it's true.
Before Devin gets to the Discord, I did want to say one thing. When you're talking about Paxton and the guys at U2 at 17, it was one of the things that shocked me the most when I was talking to Ernst at one of the practices.
Yeah,
Instead of talking about the first team, he was raving about the guys on U2 at 17, their vision on the field. And then he said, like, they're playing against grown ass men and they had
Yeah.
to grow up really quick. And he
Yeah.
is so high on, and your brother was one of the names, but there were more names mentioned too. That
Yeah.
for a guy like Ernst to be super excited, like as a fan, we're like, ooh, we do
Yeah.
have a pipeline. Like, the
Yeah.
sting of you going to Europe was lessened a little bit by those comments from him. We're like,
Yeah.
okay, we might be okay, because listen, we're thrilled for you and we're proud of you,
Yeah.
but we're all like,
Yeah.
damn, we wish we could keep him a little bit longer. We're
Yeah, of course.
yeah.
And I like it's like a bittersweet kind of thing. And I think that for me too, I think it would have been amazing to have a few more years here, but it's just how it is, and I think that it's the toughest thing in the world. And it like I wanted everything to kind of go a certain way of me being here for 4 years and then go, but it's just you have one chance at this kind of thing, and I think you see all these kids go over to Europe, and I think when you get over there at a younger age, I just think it's the best way of doing things and how you can make it farther into kind of Champions League, getting onto national teams, all that kind of stuff, and just making it far in the game. So I think that for me, I think it was just having that chance and just taking it, and I think that it would have been amazing to be here for a few more years, but it's tough, and it's a sacrifice you need to take, and it's part of it.
Yeah,
Is there like
and
that vibe of like a senior year vibe almost with you? Because you're just like, you're kind of around there, like especially with you, Mackenzie, Fontana, like, let's be real, everyone's kind of getting their looks. There's all these rumors floating around. It's like, do you guys who came up together, as you said, you all came through this, you're all up here and all contributing at the highest level. Is there like a senior year kind of vibe feeling with all of you guys being like, wow, we really came together to do this, you know?
Yeah, honestly, like I think that we're all super proud of each other. I think that I couldn't be more proud of Font, Mark, Matt, even Jack DeVries when he comes in, Cole, Matt Freeze, just the way that they train too. I think that just our homegrown kind of bonds are just like we're rooting for each other every single day, and I think that that's a really special kind of thing because you grow up with them. You like Jack and Nate that just came up. Like I think that they just kind of felt like they're already a part of our kind of group in the team because we just take them in. Like everybody's super cool. Like even the team though too. The team's the same way. Like all the older guys treat the younger kids like it's no difference. You know what I mean? And I love that about it. And yeah, I think that you're right. I think that I don't think it's really a senior year kind of vibe. I'm not like thinking towards that point. All my focus right now is on winning something. Like everything is on that, and I just want to do it so bad. So that's why this game on Sunday is really on my mind right now. It's something I really want to win. So
Not just your mind.
Yeah, it's not just you. Yeah, it's on all of ours. We're all nervous, but no, we are super proud of you, and we're letting you know now. We're the three of us are planning on making a Salzburg supporter group in Philadelphia. Finding a local bar to watch it on ESPN Plus or stream it, but just to let you know, we'll be here in Philly rooting for you, so that's going to be great. I don't know if we can.
We're gonna have to cover the Red Bull logo.
We got to cover that Red Bull.
Yeah, you might need to do that.
Like the
you might need to do that.
Just the Bulls themselves, but just when it says Red Bull, like we have to cut the red out.
That's fine. Just say Salzburg. Just say Salzburg.
We'll just be Salzburg. We're Salzburg fans here.
Yeah, exactly.
Devin, you got any questions from the Discord from the membership group?
I do, but I'm looking through your notes and I don't see any other questions about this season. So I'm going to interject here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll edit this and make it sound good. But like we can't let him go without not asking about this season. Like,
oh, of course.
So real quick before we get to the Discord questions, like this whole season obviously has been crazy for a number of reasons. Obviously, COVID and that stuff. And then obviously, I mean, the team's been playing the best that they ever have in history. So it's obviously, that part of it as well. I mean, I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on obviously how the season's gone so far, but then, obviously how the struggles have been, obviously with COVID and whatnot. But, what's your outlook on the season as a whole, I guess?
Yeah, it's like you said, it's been a really, really tough year, just mentally and physically, man. It's been a tough year, and I think that it kind of goes unnoticed because we're playing 3 times a week, and it's for this past 4 weeks we played 3 times a week, which is crazy. And I think that you have in there, you're flying the day of the game to New England, then you're flying back at night, and then you get back and you train in the morning. It's tough, and it's physically tough, but I'm proud of the team because there's never really been like a guy that's like, oh, I can't do this, all this kind of stuff. Everybody comes the next morning, and if we won, the spirits are high. Like if we lost, we're gonna get better, and we're gonna go into the next game and win that game. So I think just mentally, the team has been great all year, and I think that has been something that's really kind of pushed us onto that next level and winning all these games. And yeah, I mean, as you guys have seen, there's been 3 stops and 3 preseasons for us. It's been so weird, but yeah, like you said, it's been a tough year, but I think mentally the team has just been so strong. I think that's what's made us win all these games and just grind these results out.
I have one question.
Yeah.
The McKenzie goal or the Glesnes goal?
Dude, these both were absolute bangers.
Just screamers. Just rockets.
But I would have to say they both were amazing. But for me, I think that just hitting a dead ball, just dead ball. The goalie could see it the entire way, but could do nothing about it. For me, I see the kind of skill that it took for that one. Mark's was genuinely really hit really well too, and it deflected and went in. But I have to say Jacob on this one because it was just an absolute banger. It really was. No goalie's ever stopping that either. It was moving like this. You could see it. It's crazy.
For the technicalness of the goal, I love the Glesnes goal, but the swag of you hearing McKenzie yell, "Leave it!" Just he's like, I got
That's true.
this.
That is true. I didn't. That's true.
When he just Shabilko is like, I'm ready for this. I'm ready to get get this. He's like, leave it. I got this.
Yeah, that's true.
I love
That's true. That he was confident stepping up to that, and I love that. So that was cool.
And then he got another one the next game too. It's just just
crazy.
Now he's a goal scorer.
And he hadn't scored, and he hadn't scored in any games before that. So it's crazy that just kind of it happens like that though. Goals come like that. Casper's in a little bit of a drought right now, but I'm sure that he's going to come back and score a few more goals. That's just how that's how goals work, and it's a shame that it does do that. But
Well,
It's
we've
okay.
been a
He's
little.
assisted 5 goals pretty much in the process, so it's not like he ain't
exactly,
contributing.
exactly, yeah.
Plus, you think about it, we've been a little opposite. Our defenders have been scoring, and now our forwards are making game-winning saves. It's just been a crazy
Yeah. That
season.
was the Wooten. That was unbelievable too. But like that's what I said mentally. Like that's what I'm saying mentally. Like everybody's willing to do their part. Like even if you're not like Wooten's had a tough year because he hasn't been playing as much, right? So he comes in and he makes a game-winning save like that. Literally won us the game, and hopefully will win us the supporters shield. Like that would be a huge part of it. So.
Does he know he's a club legend now? Like just literally overnight, he's now a club legend.
Literally, like it's crazy.
That's now, especially like obviously we're getting ahead of ourselves, but if everything goes the way we hope, that's in Union lore of one of those moments, and that's on the video highlights. That's the year in review highlights
sure.
right there. Is like Wooten being
for sure right there. Yeah,
that's world class.
Yeah, so on to those Discord questions. So real quick to the listeners, if you want to ask our guests questions, join the Discord, and you will have the opportunity. All right, so first one comes from Jared. He asked, from last year to this year, what part of your game have you improved the most, and is there an area where you'd like to improve?
Yeah, I think for me, I think that I've really focused on. I feel like I've worked extremely hard on my final third, and I think that that's something that's dramatically changed from this year to last year. I think going into my next game, I have 4 goals and 7 assists, which is pretty good compared to last year. So and it's less games too. So I'm proud of that, and I think that for me, I like when I take steps, and that's something that I've been really focusing on. And I know the goals will come. I know they will, and I'm just going to keep focusing. I don't try to put pressure on myself, but I think that I'm really proud of myself, and I think that's that kind of step that I took is. When I get to the final third, I have one thing on my mind, and it's playing that final pass or getting that shot off, and that's something that's really taken a step for me.
Awesome. Morgan Tenza asked, how do you compare Real jersey and YSC?
Good question.
Might be a hard one.
Yeah. No, but it's a good question because I think that probably kids want to know, and I think that Real New Jersey, just the difference is I think that Philadelphia Union is definitely like it kind of puts you in that kind of pro environment at a very young age. Like you go into hotels, you get like that kind of you get your own room, you get your room with a roommate, you got your own meals, all that kind of stuff. Like it's just I think it's a little bit different in that sense because you're in that pro kind of environment at such a young age, and that's something that's awesome. And a lot of thanks to Richie for setting all that up because he's done a fantastic job with that. And I think that for Real, I think it's more of a club that kind of is like that passageway into the Philadelphia Union. So I think that like it's a great club, but if you want to take that next step, it's definitely going to the Union. So that's the two. But I can't say enough about Real New Jersey. I mean, they won the national championship 2 years ago in club, and now they're in the MLS Academy now. So it's fantastic for them, and I'm really excited to see how their teams keep getting better and better.
Awesome. And our last question from the Discord is very on brand with the pod. It's from Michael Borton. He asked, how does it feel to live rent-free in Brad Guzan's head?
That's a funny question.
I guess that's
funny.
rhetorical.
It's funny. Yeah, because I actually I have a story. I always come across Brad Guzan. I mean, I came across at national camp when I went up for the first time. And it's kind of funny seeing him for the first time because I don't know the guy at all, and I scored 2 goals on him, so it was kind of like weird. And it was just kind of it was like weird. But he's a huge dude, man. He's gigantic. I didn't know he was that big, but like it was just kind of awkward in that moment. But he's a really nice guy. I actually get along with him pretty well. Like we were talking a lot, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, that's a funny like the whole meme about that was hilarious. I loved it.
Look, man, when you nutmeg a goalie, like nutmeg him once, but just beat him straight up twice, like a World Cup caliber goalie in your rookie season, like your first goal ever. Yeah, I think that's lore. That's folklore right there. I would have that poster.
In front of 67,000 angry Atlanta fans. Yeah, that's a good way to put your stamp on that. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Devin, are we ready for the rapid fire questions?
That's it. Go ahead.
All right. So now, Brenden, just rapid fire. Don't think, just react. And the whole
Just do it.
time,
Okay,
Please
got it.
you
think.
want to
Please
watch
think.
Devin's face because he gets so uncomfortable when I ask these kind of questions to people, and it brings
I'm
me so
nervous,
much
I'm
joy to
nervous.
watch him sweat because I'm asking
You should be.
stupid questions. But all right,
Great.
I'm going to give you
Let's
the
do it.
answer. The answer is Mark McKenzie, Matt Real, Anthony Fontana, or Austin Trusty. The question is, who uses too much Axe body spray?
Oh god. I mean, like, I feel like the one that smells the best always is Mark. Mark's guy. He's always smelling good.
I had Matt
I'd
Real.
probably say Mark. Yeah, Matt Real too. Matt Real too.
I had
Real on my
Fontana
bingo
going head to toe Axe body spray. I just had that in my head.
You can just
The
picture
kid's
it.
just like spraying the Newark,
Yeah,
Delaware,
Mark's,
right?
Mark's got good cologne. Whenever he's got good cologne.
I'm just happy you're still using Axe body spray like it's 2004 again. I'm here for this. This is fun.
Hey, he's going over to Europe. That's still
That-
big over
I mean,
there.
that's the
man.
OG
So,
of Axe body spray. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I see you. I see you.
Yeah, Axe
Yeah.
body spray.
all right, so here's the answer. It's either there's three on this one: your mom, your girlfriend, or your sister. The question is, who did you steal the headband from?
Yeah, that's a. My sister, I did. I went into her room and I got it.
See, we're breaking news on this pod.
but the thing is, she stole it from me first. So they were my old headbands, so I stole them back.
If anything, it was not even a
I
steal. It was
stole
a
back.
repurposing. It was a repo.
Exactly.
It was a repo.
Exactly.
All right. I like
Very
that. That's a better
environmentally
answer.
conscious of you. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
A
exactly.
family that shares a headband together stays together. I feel that.
Exactly.
That's
They're
right,
mine
that's
now, though. It's not getting them back.
He's like, I'm taking these to Europe. Like, you're not getting these. Head over to the Adidas outlet, sweetie. We're done here.
yeah.
All right, the answer is Casper, Jacob, Sergio, or Matt Real. The question is the best blonde on the team.
You see all Brujo's new hair?
Oh yeah,
I
Yeah.
feel like he has to win any hair
Yeah.
debate from now until he changes
He
it.
brought up the Iverson cornrows, man. Come on now.
Yeah. For me, I think the best, like, it's not blonde. I'm just gonna say Matt because it's just fun because he just dyed his hair blonde.
that was so. I was like, what did he do?
That was the correct
Yeah,
answer. Was
yeah.
always
It's
Matt
just-
Real.
Yeah, but honestly, I think it looks better now because he's trying to make it more platinum instead of blonde.
Okay.
Because he's going for like a, Teo Hernandez
Yeah,
on
yeah,
AC
yeah.
Milan. He
Yep.
looks, he's like, it's like a little bit like that kind of. But he had his own idea. He was been wanting to do it for a while, but it's kind of funny that, yeah. But and then Sergio's got great. He always has these different hairstyles. Always, every single game he has something different, and I like it's different. I kind of like it.
He grows hair at the rate of like a chia pet. Like, how does he get?
Yeah.
Like, he's bald one game, and then there's a game the next Wednesday, and he has hair again. It's like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, that's funny. I don't understand that either. I actually don't. I don't know how he changed his hair like that so drastically, but I think he like literally went bald last game. He went like three of the guys, him, Andrew, and I mean, of course, they all did the Colin cut, Colin Aurelian.
Yo, it's a
Went
good
like this.
look. It's a good look, man. No, but I respect the hustle. I think they were just going for aerodynamics as a whole. You know, I
That's
was just
fair.
like,
That's
look,
true too. That's true. Yeah.
that's how we get the goal quicker, man. This is how it just go.
That's true.
breeze
That's
right through.
true.
All right, we're almost done with the uncomfortable rapid fire. So here's the question: who's the veteran you go to advice for? Relationship advice. What veteran would you go to if you're having problems with your girlfriend? You can tell this
I
never
feel like-
happens
I
in the
feel like-
locker room.
Yeah. I don't think I ever talked to someone about like having that kind of like having relationship problems, but the person I would go to if I had to talk about it,
Yeah.
I don't even know who I'd go to.
Matt assumes all
Um,
locker rooms are like Hoosiers for some reason, where all these guys have like these deep, intimate. Like, look, man, do I not talk to you about my personal life all the time? Come on now.
I feel like you talk to the homegrowns more about it. Like you talk to like your boys
Your
more about it,
boys,
instead
yeah.
of like you talk to like to the older guys.
You're just like
It's making
Alejandro.
you
Let's
feel like
rap.
more uncomfortable.
So,
I got some questions, man. I need some advice.
Yeah.
All right, so then who on the team do you go to for fashion advice?
Ooh, that's a good one. I mean, Colin has a lot of style.
Okay.
Aurelian has a lot of style. Who else is there? Harris Madujanin did last year because he's my roommate. He gave me a lot last year.
Harris came
Yes.
correct. Harris did come correct.
Yeah, Harris looked clean.
Warren always looks good.
Warren looks good. Yeah, you're right about that. Warren does
Yeah.
look good. Ray always comes in with something like once in a while, like a whole suit.
Oh,
He looks pretty clean.
3-piece Ray is my favorite.
And Ray and Mark can dress too. Mark can dress too.
Okay. All right,
I'd
and
say
then
those guys.
what teammate would you ask if you were going to cook a meal for your girlfriend? Who are you getting advice from for what you got to do in the kitchen?
Oh, this is Colin is a really good cook. Supposedly, I've never got anything by him, but everybody tells me that he is a really good chef. So,
Come on, Colin, share the food, man. Jeez, we'll have to talk to him about that. That ain't
for
right.
sure.
All right, this is the final question. The fate of the world is on the line. So for you to save the world, spell Shabilko.
Oh my God, the world's ending. The world's ending. I have no chance. There is absolutely no chance. I want to try it. I want to try it.
Wait, hold on.
I had to Google it to even ask this question.
Do you have this in front of you, Matt? Do you have the spelling?
I
okay,
do. I had to
please.
Google it. Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know how to say. I mean, it's P's. Is it PZ?
There is a P and a Z in it.
Where they're located.
Yeah, where they're located, I'm not really quite sure. I know
The Z is
I know
the
it
third
starts
letter.
with a P.
Yeah, P and the Z is the
P-
third letter.
Y?
That's the
Z?
fourth letter. Is the Y.
Yeah, I got no. The world's ended by now, so it's
It's
Well,
PRZYBYLKO.
yeah.
Like I
knew
said,
it.
I
I knew it.
I had to look at it and cut. And I'm like, okay, God. And I'm Polish descent, and I'm like, yeah, I got no clue on that either. So.
Yeah.
Look, that's the second. That's the second greatest scorer in Poland right now. What are you talking about? It's like Lewandowski, then Shabilko. I don't know what to tell you.
And then Chabot. That is true.
That's not even a joke I'm making up. That is like if you look at goals per average stats, you know.
But let Poland know he ain't coming over for any friendlies until the playoffs are done. That ain't happening. No.
Yeah.
Nobody's getting on a plane. No.
The international
No
break
one
is
is,
messing
no
with
one
our
is.
groove, man.
Oh man, it's killing us. So, all right. So Devin, let's get into some Union. Let's go back in the time machine. We've got 2 games to review. Toronto 5-0. What was it like for you to be in that game?
That game was crazy. I think that I wasn't expecting it, to be fair. I think that it was something you go into a game and you're like, oh, it's going to be a dogfight. It's first for second. Like, you kind of go into it and you're thinking about that. And it just kind of clicked. I think from minute one, I think it all just clicked for us. I think we got our press right on the day. Our press was really, really good. I don't think they probably connected 5 passes on the day. I don't think they connected more than 5 passes. And I think that just the crispness of the passing, no one was doing more than 2 touches, really. It was just like all just interplay, runs off. Like, it was just, it all just clicked on the day. And it was something that, like, it happens for some teams, and it was a special game, and it was something that everybody's kind of going to remember. And it was really awesome to be a part of it and to have a say in it, getting an assist and helping out on some of the other goals. So I think it was awesome.
And when you see Kai just servicing balls like that, you're like, someone's going to eat one of those. Like, someone's going to score off of those just plates that he was putting in the box there.
Yeah, he was playing absolute dimes in the game. He was literally putting on guys' heads. It was unreal. He those crosses he's been kind of going on and off with throughout the season, but it just clicked for him on the day, and it was really special for him. And I think it was a great game. I thought he was our best guy on it, for sure. I thought he was our best player on the day.
Yeah, what a game for me to miss, and Adam missed it too, right?
I did miss it, but
I had a family obligation. I'm missing this for family. I was not happy with family, but
no one was louder in Myrtle Beach that night than I was. All right, the South Carolina heard me loud and proud, especially after that 4th goal. I ran out the room on the 4th goal. I was just like, that's too much butter. I can't even stand it. It was the 5th goal. I just kind of pranced. I was just like, that's exactly what Sergio does for a hat trick, and that was a great feed, my man.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Real quick, that Montero goal where you left it. Like, you want to, like, talk about that a little bit? Because that was such an insane play, like, all together, like, the entire play was.
Yeah, I think that there's a few times where Miro takes that kind of spot up on the box, and I think it's just having the awareness to know where your teammates are at some points. And I think that I saw him, I look over my shoulder, and I saw him, and I was just like, you know what, I'm going to dummy it and see what happens. Like, sometimes you just got to try stuff, and that's the 10's role, and that's the attacking centerman's role. And I think that you just got to try things, and it worked out. And Jamiro hit a great shot, and it was 4-0. So
and you guys got like legitimately you lead the league right now in guys shooting outside the 18 and connecting. Like that's like leaving the ball right outside the box. You got 3 or 4 guys with absolute rocket foots. They're just like, no, I got this. It's cool. You know, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, we do. We scored a lot out of the box this year. To be fair, I didn't even think about that. So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, you guys have scored a ton outside the box. It's
I think the second closest is like 4 goals back. It's like the Union have like 9. I think the next one is like 5, and it's just like it's nuts.
Yeah, the thing for me, I think it's really cool. I was looking at today is the goal differential. It's unbelievable. 23 goal differential. Looks like we're just destroying the league. It's crazy.
You kind of are. I didn't know if you noticed what you were doing.
Yeah,
you kind of were.
But like every game's like close. So like we're not like, you know what I mean. But like, and then we get these big score lines, and it's like it's adding up, and we're just not giving up goals. You know what I mean? So it's just it's funny to look at that and see. Oh my God, we really.
Well, when you play New England 5 times, you know, eventually.
Dude, that's for a 6th on next Saturday.
Look, man, it's all regional. That's why you never played New York City Football Club more than once. You know, regional.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and you play Columbus at Columbus twice. Like, how do you get Columbus? Like, nobody wants to go to Columbus once, let alone twice. I mean,
Columbus is, no offense, not a great place.
No, it's not.
No one from Columbus is going to argue with you on that point. They're just going to be like, yeah,
you're
right.
They're all trying to escape to Cincinnati. Yeah, Devin, did you see Mr. Savage Jim Curtin had a quote about the Toronto game?
Oh no! Oh
yeah.
My God! No, we're not letting this happen.
Oh yeah, we're letting it happen, man.
Adam, come on! You can't. Come on,
Brenden.
Help me out on this one.
Matt's gonna do something really, really stupid in like 20 seconds. I want you to absorb it, laugh it off, pretend like he's not this senile old man that we allow to do this sometimes with. Just let him be. Let him be.
All right,
That's a great build-up for Jim's quote, man. You can't call Jim Savage Jim Curtin. You're calling him old and senile. But, yeah, after the 5-0 win, he goes, what an ass-whooping, eh? Got a question for the reporters. If we played in Canada, would that be 7.5-0 due to their crappy inflation up in Canada? Yeah, so that was his quote on the hating on the Canadians, man. Devin's face is the best, man. We got to record this.
This is my last pod. This is my last pod.
Check it out.
I'm good after this pod. I think we peaked. I think we've peaked now.
There's more, don't worry. But
you made an exchange rate joke. There's nothing more dad than an exchange rate joke.
we can work on that. We can talk about Home Depot and changing your oil. We can get into all that, Adam. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. So Chicago, I mean, what was that like to be in? Because that was just, I'm still seeing yellow cards from that game. I mean, those guys came at you guys hard. Like, that was a tough game for us to watch. I can't imagine for you guys playing in it the way that was.
It definitely wasn't a great game. I think that, like I said, it's a tough schedule. It's 3 days until our game, like 3 days, and it's not. I'm not trying to make up excuses, but it's the reality, and it's tough. I mean, you're going from game to game, and guys have been caught upon for 90 minutes. Like, for myself, I've been caught about 90 minutes, and I run a lot. So it's been the past 5 games where I've run over like 7 miles, something like that. So
yeah,
I think for me, I think it's just like it was a tough game. I think it wasn't our sharpest night for sure, but that happens throughout a season. But the thing that kind of shows us our group is we grind results out and we get the goal. And the guys coming off the bench, Elsinho, Corey, Andrew, like we already talked about Andrew, they just made a difference. And Corey coming back, I was so happy for him. The whole team was so happy for him. So it was great. It was great to have him back and getting on the score sheet again. So maybe he can score a little bit more by the end of the season.
And Adam, what happens when Corey Burke scores?
Scorey Burke do 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 do. Scorey Burke do 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 do. Scorey Burke do 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 do. Scorey Burke.
When I heard that, I just stared at Adam because I knew that he knew that I heard it and the way I felt when I heard it. And that was the
Like
worst part.
as I was doing the chant, I saw Devin's face, like the bat symbol above me, in the deep into the Chester night, and I knew that there was a grin on his face, and by grin I mean he wanted to end me, and I was okay with that though, because I knew if I went out tonight, it was on a good note that I brought back the most divisive chant we had.
Now we have to tell Brenden why Devin hates this chant so much. So Devin has a 4-year-old human being in his household that controls his Alexa and plays that song all the time. So Devin, for some reason, isn't a big fan of the Baby Shark. But
thank you also for saying human being, just to make sure we
Look, it could be a fish. Maybe your fish is a big fan of Baby Shark. It's an aquatic, creature. Maybe it's just on brand.
The irony.
Hey,
the irony.
I'm also a fan of Baby Sharks. I don't know. Whatever.
You guys have any other thoughts on that battle against Chicago? Because I'm exhausted from just thinking about it, because that, like he said, that was a grind, and we were watching it, not even playing.
One, I got to talk to Adidas, because the fact that we have 7 teams wearing the same damn uniform and they're having all white uniforms, you got to talk about that. Okay, the DC United, Chicago have the same uniform. It's the same thing. It's literally, there's no difference between those 2 uniforms whatsoever. So we got to talk about this. If you're going to give me the same template, fine. Give me some variety in the color scheme. Put some splashes here. Do not just make all white jerseys, put a logo on it, and say, "Welcome to Chicago." That's awful. Do better. Second, and I really want to talk to Chicago. So Second City is a really great improv. It's one of the greatest comedy places in the world. Did all of them go there previously and learn their fall down techniques? Because for the love of God, I had never. Were there magnets in the Chicago players' boots? Because they were just like, what's fun? The ground. I just want to be on the ground. I don't want to play soccer. I just want to fall down a lot.
It was. Yeah, I don't even want to talk. I just felt like there was literally a period of time in the first half. I remember we didn't touch the ball because they were on the ground.
Yeah.
For 20 minutes, and it was unreal, and it kind of just ruined the flow of the game. The ref was just ruining the flow. It just that's another thing is like it just ruins the flow of the game. We can't play because people are getting injured, and then it stops every 5 seconds. So it was tough in that sense too. And I think that you're really right about the jerseys. We're actually talking about that. There's so many jerseys that are alike. Like it's weird. Like the white, all white is just they can't do anything different. Like there's no any other color in their city that they could use.
I don't get it, because it's like the Union had the distinctiveness with the middle stripe, and it's like, okay, so you've made you've made our jersey distinct. Like Philadelphia Union fans know that middle stripe is our stripe, and then they're just like, so we're not going to use the middle stripe anymore. We're just going to move the middle stripe away. And you're just like, all right, cool. So we just have a dark jersey now. We just have another dark jersey with stripes on. Like
we could have a whole pod that if we brought in Union marketing to vent about this, because that is a MLS Adidas thing, and no other league in the world has this kind of thing. And
the USL doesn't even deal with this. You you have Forward Madison making whatever jersey they feel like any third day, and we're just like,
it's sick.
I want that. Like I would love the Union to just be like, yo, we got freaking lightning bolts on this one. We're just going at it this year,
That's what I don't understand. There's teams in USL that literally their brand is coming out with these fire jerseys. Like that's their brand. And why can't we just
I'm about to buy some Memphis jerseys just on principle. Like just because they look fire. I'm about to buy some Sacramento Republics because that sash is legit. Like I love that stuff,
Yeah, that they have some cool jerseys. Yeah. I was trying to think who else. I like that purple Louis.
That thing is crazy.
It's like a that one's cool.
Wait, like now that gray jersey Andre had, I forget what game that was, but that
with the green on the sides. That
was the cleanest. And the goalie jerseys last year were pretty sick, but that was like.
That was a nice one. I agree with you. That was.
I'm about to go talk to freaking Branden and Brian and be like, yo, just put that in the store. That'll sell. We'll buy all of those. I just want the shorts. I don't even care about the top.
All right, I got 2 quick things, Devin, and then we can get into the upcoming game. Does that work for you? Just real quick, happy birthday to a friend of the pod and one of the owners of the Union, Richard Leibovich. It's his birthday this weekend, so I think he requested a W from you guys for his birthday. So we saw him pregame.
Happy early birthday.
Yeah, and then speaking of birthdays, happy belated birthday to you. Last week, the big
Thank you.
2-0, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
But I do have to say, I hope you never wish any of us on this pod a happy birthday, because I saw your birthday wish to your brother, and that was savage on Instagram, where you're literally like,
Mine to his or his.
happy birthday, brother," and then you nutmeg him. Like, that was a savage birthday
Yeah,
wish.
yeah. That was that we were talking about that. And I was like, I'm gonna do this. I was gonna do it for him, and then he got me back. I don't know if you saw his.
I did
His was
see
funny,
that.
too.
That was a pretty sweet move. Now,
He didn't meg me, but he made me look silly. So
yeah,
it's the same.
was that your dad filming it? Was that Rusty that was like cheering?
Yeah, we tell him sometimes. Sometimes Paxton will say, film it real quick, because like we're just like we want to like shit talk on each other or something. You know what I mean? So we'll sometimes film it just so we can go back and look at what we did to each other or something.
Now, I know we talked about Paxton, but just real quick, do you have any, not even words of advice for him, because I'm sure you've talked to him about what he's going to go through in January when he comes to the first team, but do you have any words for the fans? Like, hey guys, like, here's what you should expect, or, like, I think everybody with you, your first like 6 months, half a year on the season was like, okay, we're patient. And then it was like expectations out the wazoo, where I don't know if it's the same way. So I didn't know if you had any words for the fans. Is like, hey, he's 17 and he's coming to the first team in January. Like, anything that the fans should keep in mind?
Yeah, I think for any young kid, I think that any young kid that kind of rushes onto the scene, I think the expectations are so high for them. And I think that people don't really not like the Union fans or anything like that, just everybody in general, American fans, is they don't really understand that a young player's kind of start to their career is going to be ups and downs. It's not going to be something that you're just going up like this. Like Caden Clark hasn't scored since those past 2 games, so he's probably going like this a little bit, but then he'll go back up again. So it's just like it's something a young player goes through, and I think it's just something that people need to be patient for. And I think that for me, I think last year was kind of something that I got like, I'm not going to say it, but you need a little luck, and that was something that happened. I had Marco Fabian got a red card, and I took my chance. So you can't really predict what Paxton's going to be like, but I think that Paxton, when he gets his chance, he will take it. I know he will. He has that kind of mentality, and I think that me and him are in the same kind of, like, we have that same mentality. And I think for me, I think that he's going to be a really, really exciting player, and I think that he's going to make some huge jumps, and I'm just super excited to watch his growth into the team, and I can't say enough about him, and I think he's going to be fantastic for the Union.
Well, I know we're excited to see number 30, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
Guys, let's get into it. Sunday Fun Day at Not So Fun Columbus. Do we want to go predictions, Devin, or do we want to get Brendan's take? I mean, where are we going with this? Yeah. I know we can't give us any strategy or anything, because
let's look at it first, and we'll do some predictions.
All right.
Don't do the prediction.
Yeah, no, let's no.
No. You don't have to do predictions. No, we've got some degenerate gamblers. They'll be putting all their money in what you said as a prediction. We don't want to have that pressure.
There's 20-1 odds of you megging Darlington Nagby, so that's all I got. That's all I got going up there.
Adam, you want to take it away with what your thoughts of this game?
Okay, so first game in Columbus, fluke. I'm gonna say fluke. There wasn't much of that to me that said we were not the better team that day. I just think that that was a soccer match. Sometimes a soccer match happens and you lose it and you're just like, I lost that. That's what that Columbus match to me. It was the same thing I felt again about Toronto at Toronto. I thought that was just like a soccer happened. I didn't really believe any team was inherently better than the other. I just thought soccer happened. But this time around, I think, there's pressure, and then you don't. I mean, yes, it's great because you want to have that pressure. You want to be in that moment. You want to be like, yes, this is time for us to put our stamp on it. But at the same time, like, look, it's tough losing Andre. That sucks. Joe's the man. Love me some Joe Bendick. I think it's a moment where a team that's better and it's good and has been doing good enough and has been doing what the whole season, consistently just rebounding after toughness, even whether it's a loss or a win, tough wins, it's still a consistency of rebounding. Long story short, I think we win 3-1. Okay, bye.
Devin, you or me?
I'm not gonna go that in depth with it. Nor I don't even want to like. I know I'm usually the negative one, so I don't even want to say anything. I don't want to jinx anything. I
Go
don't want
away,
to
Devin.
like.
You can actually
All right,
leave.
then we're gonna duct tape
That's
you and
fine.
put you in a
Devin, thank
corner.
you for your time.
Yeah,
We're moving on.
I'm
Matt,
good.
Matt, what
Thank
you
you
doing?
guys. Thank
What
you.
you saying?
All right, so here's what I'm thinking. I've got faith in Joe. Captain, that new funky hair bun that man bun he's wearing
I'm
now.
Team Man Bun. Let's
I think
Yeah.
see.
I'm thinking it's bringing him some confidence, and we will make a deal right now, Joe. You get a clean sheet on this. You can pick whatever picture you want to replace the Bendick face that's on the Sons of Ben beer trailer that stares at you during practice.
Matt,
I know you see it. I know it
you're
angers you.
making
We will
some.
replace
You're
that.
making some really
What's that?
lofty, like you're making some concessions right now. Are you sure? Did you talk to the board about this? Like I feel like we need to have a meeting about. That's a very sacred shrine we have to Joe Bendick on the side of our trailer. What are you doing?
Yeah. We will. He will get to replace that with an embarrassing picture of Brandon Comiskey, the equipment manager. Any picture he wants will go on there if he gets a clean sheet on this one, because they get a clean sheet, the W, something shiny comes this way. So just saying,
Yeah.
I'm going 2-0.
I like your face. I like what you're doing with
Yeah.
that. I like what you're doing with that. No, I respect the Columbus hustle only because they're at home. If they were at Subaru, I would say we were just gonna put like a 12 spot on them. Like we're just gonna put like a touchdown and a field goal, just whatever. Because it's just like that would just be sheer adrenaline at that point, and you would just be like, all right, we're gonna do some Ajax on them. But no, look. Look, I mean, again, I feel slightly awkward with saying this in front of Brenden, but I'm like, look, this is the moment. We've been Union fans 10 years now. Brenden, for a good chunk of his life, has had this club around him. So it's like this is the moment to put the stamp, And like I got friends from all over MLS. I got my friends from Red Bull. I got my friends from Los Angeles. I got my friends from DC, Miami. They're all just like, yeah, you guys are legit. Like everyone's like this is a squad, So
I will tell you guys, and I'll tell you, Brendan, the people that are in charge of the supporter shield are all rooting for us. I don't know if it's because we weren't completely asshats during the whole discussion, but we're talking people from LA, Red Bull, Portland. They've all messaged me like, we are pulling for your team. We're hoping you guys get this and get this quick
That's
done.
great,
So
yeah.
it's crazy
That's
that
awesome.
people that are like, a Red Bull fan said that. That was nuts.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I'm pulling for
Yeah.
you guys. So I
That's
think we've got
crazy,
everybody. So we're
and
ready.
if we only jinx you, there's
Yeah.
10 other guys on the team, so we're fine,
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Matt, we're getting a little short on
long in
time
the
here,
tooth.
so go to the European stuff.
Well, all
Go
I
to the
want to
European
do is,
stuff,
we
and,
can. Well, two questions for you, Brent. Do you have
Yeah.
like an EPL, Bundesliga, La Liga, Serie A team?
Well, now he has a
Or-
team.
Well, now, yeah, but as
Yeah,
a fan of the
no, I
sport
know.
growing up,
Yeah.
was there one team that you were
Yes.
like, yeah?
So I had like two pop into my head. Really, I think that Liverpool for sure, been my number one my entire life. I have pictures of Gerrard in my room. He's a fat head in my room, and I have them lifting up the UEFA Champions League behind my bed. And I just have Liverpool all over my room. That's just been a team that I've supported my entire life, and Steven Gerrard's my favorite player ever. And there's just something about AC Milan and Kaká for me. I grew up watching. Italian Serie A was on television a lot more than it was now, especially in like his age, like 2009, 2010, 2008, like around that time. It was on TV a lot more, and I think that I watched AC Milan, I watched Kaká, and I really liked the way he played. But for sure, Liverpool for me.
Okay. And then my only question is, hey, Tuesday at like 3 p.m. You got any plans? You gonna be watching any Champions League action or?
Yeah, I watched the past one. I watched the Atletico one. That was actually a heartbreak.
I thought they had it.
I thought they did too, and they deserved it. And I think they were the better team on the day. And you get scored off a set piece. I don't even know what happened on that play. It was a shame, and I think that I thought they had the game, and I think that it's just a shame they lost their star striker early in the game. But the guy that came in did a fantastic job, and that team just has a lot of talent, and you can see it. So it was awesome for them to it's pretty cool seeing them almost beat Atletico in the Wanda Metropolitano. So that's crazy.
So, Brendan, wanted to thank you for coming on. Just wanted to see, do you have any parting words for the Sons of Ben and the Union fans in general?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a crazy ride. I mean, I've been a Union fan my entire life, and this club is something special to me, and it means so much. And I think it's been my childhood almost, and I can't thank the fans enough for letting me kind of come in and just supporting me from day one. Even though I was a young kid, didn't really prove myself. You guys have really been there for me the entire ride. Having maybe not my greatest games, you guys have always cheered me on, and I can't thank you guys enough for it. And you guys are a fantastic supporters group. You guys are there, always being there for us when you guys were outside the stadium, when you guys couldn't get in. Being on the you guys Zoom call that I joined, just always supporting the group. It's awesome. And it's awesome having a fan group. You guys have pushed us on this year, even without you guys having to being there, which sucks, but it's how it has to be right now. But you guys have just been fantastic all year, and I can't thank you guys enough for the entire journey and just supporting me the entire way.
Well, we want to thank you for this past 2 years of just pure enjoyment. I think we've got some more unfinished business for the rest of the season, so we'll let you take care of that. And I want to thank you for coming on and just thank you for being you. You know, it's been our pleasure to call you one of ours. You know, one of our own players and family. So thank you. And,
thank you. I appreciate it. Guys.
Yeah.
When
Devin,
you go over
Thank you for
there,
having me.
just when you go over there, let them know it's just called a cheesesteak. They don't have to call it a Philly cheesesteak. It's just a cheesesteak. They always use the Philly in front of it. It's like, no, you don't have to locate it.
Yeah.
We know where you're talking. We know where you're coming from.
Yeah, cheesesteak. Yeah. I got you.
All right. Thanks a lot. Very much. Thank you, Brendan Aronson. Everybody, thanks for listening. And remember, wash your hands.
Sexy season.